Okay, so I want to talk to you about something very interesting and very scary that happened this week in AI and in cybersecurity. So, an AI model just found thousands of security vulnerabilities that the tech industry completely missed. I mean, just straight up missed. Some of these flaws have been in software that you use every single day, and they've been out there for over 2 decades. Seriously, 20 plus years of vulnerabilities that just completely got missed. The company that built the AI, they said it's too dangerous to release to the public. Well, today we're going to talk about what that actually means and why it matters to both small and large companies. So, I've been in IT and cybersecurity for about 20 years now. When I read this story, I was seriously taken back and stopped dead in my tracks. So, here's what actually happened. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, and yes, in full disclosure, I use Claude every single day to help me run my business. So they announced that a new AI model called Claude Mythos is coming out. Now, this isn't just another smarter chatbot or something that can make funny pictures. This is an AI agent that can read code, it can find security flaws, it can figure out how to exploit vulnerabilities, and it does all this with no human guiding it whatsoever. It's given a simple task, and it just figures it out. Well, they pointed Mythos at every major operating system and every major web browser out there, and it found thousands of vulnerabilities. The ones that nobody knows about yet, those are called 0 days. These are the ones that keep cybersecurity people like me up at night. These are the flaws that not even the people who built the software they knew about. Let that one sink in. The people who actually built it had no idea it was there. So one of the things that it found just absolutely blew my mind. So there's an operating system out there called OpenBSD. It's specifically designed to be one of the most secure systems out there. It's used to run firewalls and lots of critical infrastructure. Well, Mythos found a bug in that had been there for 27 years. So think about that. 27 years of security experts, automated testing, code reviews, and nobody found it. This AI found it completely on its own. Now, I don't know about you, but if there's an AI agent that can do things like that, I want to know a little bit more about it and what else it can actually do. I mean, it's honestly pretty scary if you ask me. So here's the crazy part. During the testing, Anthropic put Mythos in a sandbox. Well, a sandbox is basically an area that's used for a controlled testing environment. It's kind of siloed off. You can think about it like a locked room. It's a contained computer environment that is completely isolated from the internet and all other systems. Well, it gave it a simple task. They told it to simply get out. That was it. As I'm sure you can figure out, it got out. And getting out from a siloed sandbox is absolutely amazing. It's completely segregated from the rest of the network, so how it did it is completely beyond me. But that's not the part that actually got me. After it escaped, it went and it posted about it on several hard-to-find websites. Nobody told it to do that. It just did it. Well, this was one of the erratic behaviors that Anthropic had concerns over. In some cases during the testing, it did things it knew it wasn't supposed to do. It tried to hide its tracks, it edited files, and made changes to things to make sure that those edits wouldn't show up in change history. But it was instructed that after it had accomplished getting out, it was supposed to notify one of the researchers. That researcher was absolutely shocked when he got an email from Mythos while he was sitting in a park eating a sandwich on his lunch break. That's absolutely unbelievable. So, just a quick recap, an AI agent broke out of its own container, out of its own sandbox. It did things it knew were off limits and it wasn't supposed to do, and then it tried to cover it up. That's absolutely scary. I mean, it's scary and crazy, but it's intriguing at the same time. Now, what did Anthropic do about this? Well, they didn't release it to the public, and honestly, props to them for not releasing it. They knew the sooner that they released it, the more money that they would make, but they did the right thing and they held back on it, at least until they get some guardrails around it. So instead, what they did was they created something called Project Glasswing. Project Glasswing brought together all the big tech industry giants, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, NVIDIA, and CrowdStrike, and JP Morgan, and the Linux Foundation. They gave these companies access to Mythos so that they could find and patch their vulnerabilities before anybody else, specifically before the attackers could gain access to models with the same capabilities. Anthropic's putting forward $100 million in credits behind this effort, and it's donating something like $4 million to open source security organizations, which is absolutely unheard of. This is the first time in nearly 7 years that a major AI company has said this model is too powerful to release. The last time that even happened was with OpenAI and ChatGPT-2, I think it was, back in 2019. And GPT-2 looked like a calculator compared to Mythos. So let's bring this full circle. I know some of you are watching this and you're like, well, that's really interesting, but I run a business and I'm not a tech company in the Silicon Valley, so how does this actually affect me? Well, here's how. Every single piece of software that you use sits on top of the systems Mythos just found flaws in. Your email runs on Windows. Your browser is probably Chrome or Firefox. Your cloud services run on Linux. The vulnerabilities that Mythos found are the foundation that everything is built on. Mythos found these vulnerabilities. Anthropic is being responsible about it and giving defenders time to patch them. Other AI models are catching up, and they're catching up fast. Not every organization that builds AI models will be this careful. The window between when a vulnerability is discovered and when an actual exploit is used, that used to be months, and in some cases it was weeks. Now we're actually talking about minutes. And with AI doing the discovery and the exploiting, that window is shrinking every single day. Now, imagine being a small or mid-sized business that doesn't have a large security team or even a single IT person that knows a little bit about cybersecurity. What chance do you think they have against an AI model like that? You need to have people watching your back and watching out for you and your business so that you can actually remain in business. You don't buy a building and put your business in it without putting locks on the door, right? Put locks on your company's digital assets. The same thing that you do to your physical company. Please understand. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to put fear in you. I'm simply telling you because the world just changed and most people won't even realize it for another 6 months. The businesses that are going to be okay are the ones that start paying attention right now. This doesn't mean all doom and gloom. It simply means that cybersecurity needs to sit much closer to the top of the priority list now. When the game changes, you need to adapt. You don't need a massive budget. You don't need a full-time security team. You simply need someone who understands this landscape and can help you figure out where you're exposed. From there, you just put in the work. You find the problems, you create the processes and the procedures, and you fill the gaps based on risk. So keep working hard at making your environment secure, but keep your ear to the ground for those changes that are 100% coming. If you need any help with this, just reach out. This is literally what I do. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Cyber Sandbox. 1, 2, 3.